Welcome to Aesthetics by Swanson, where everything is aesthetic. This is episode 25, How to Bulk. This podcast right here is for those who are looking to put on lean mass and gain some size. Coaching programs in the bio, workout programs in the bio, new Titan program dropped. I believe last week we dropped it. Homegrown Glutes dropped about a couple weeks ago. So check out those programs. And you're definitely going to want to get these programs if you are running a bulk. You're going to grow 3 times as fast. Facts. Because 4 straight sets is not going to do it. Okay? You really want to grow. You really want to put some mass on. You need that intensity. You need that direction. You need 1 gram per pound. All the juicy stuff we're going to go over in this podcast, it's there. Get those programs, pick them up for the male programs. The top 2 programs are the Greek God program and the Titan program. Let's get it popping. This is episode 25, How to Bulk. This is going to be a good one. Now, this podcast is not geared towards men only. This is geared towards females. Male and female to bulk. Ladies, if you're looking to grow that peach, calorie surplus, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about that McDonald's. Just kidding. We're gonna talk about it. So here we go. Who is the bulk for? Okay. Who is the bulk for? The bulk is for those who are looking to gain lean mass on their frame. Now, who does this apply to? Well, if you are skinny fat, you should not be bulking. If you're skinny fat, like I said in the previous podcast, I think I talked about this on the females recomposition guide. Yeah, body recomposition guide. But this applies to males too, so listen up. If you are skinny fat on male and female side, you need to be in a calorie deficit and train with high intensity, control the weight, get 1 gram per pound every day, track your lifts, track your calories in accordance with your calorie deficit, and I promise you will see results, especially if you're running that Greek God program and or the Peach program. Facts. I just gave the golden keys and summed it up right there. It's all in the manual. Boom. That's if you're skinny fat, okay? Skinny fat is basically, let me sum that up real quick. Skinny fat is basically you don't have the muscle mass, but it's like you don't have a lot of body fat on your frame, but you don't have a lot of muscle mass on your frame. So you need to bring the body fat down and bring the muscle up. It's actually a super easy fix. Now that, I'm looking back in my older days in retrospect, it's actually very easy. You just go into a calorie deficit, train with high intensity, track your lifts, track 1 gram per pound, track your calories, and you'll literally get ripped. Just like that, in the snap of a finger. The issue is people don't track their calories, they don't get 1 gram per pound, and then they complain as to why they're not seeing results. Don't let that be you. So, if you're looking to bulk, you already want to have like some type of lean mass on your frame and a low enough body fat percentage, because if you were to bulk and you're skinny fat, you're just going to get fatter. Yeah, you're going to gain muscle mass, but think about it. Your body fat is already at a higher body fat percentage. If you bulk another 4, 5, 6 months, you're just going to get fatter. Then you're going to get these undesirable stretch marks you don't like, and then you got to lose that shit. Do you want to do that? No. You don't want to do that. So the bulk is for those who are looking to gain lean mass when you're already like lean and your muscles are bursting through the skin, you're lean, and you already have some good muscle mass. You're coming off of a competition. That's where you're going to see the most lean mass gains. When you are already lean, you already have muscle mass there, and you're looking just to, build muscle. If you're a beginner and you're looking to build muscle, but you don't have a lot of body fat, that's the perfect time to lift. Well, you're probably saying, John, well, what if my body fat is kind of like in the middle and I have muscle mass, but I'm not like skinny fat? You need to be in maintenance, get 1 gram per pound, track your lifts, and then put muscle mass. If you start to see your muscle mass catch up to your, past the body fat, you can run a small deficit, which is basically a body recomp, and then you can go into a bulk. So basically, bulking is always going to be based upon your muscle to fat ratio. You basically want to have more muscle mass at the start of your bulk and less body fat so that you can maximize on gains. Because when you go into that calorie surplus I'm going to talk about, you are going to gain a little bit of body fat. It comes with the territory, but your strength is going to go up and your muscle mass is going to just hit, go up. So that's for who should do the bulk. Now, how long should you bulk for? Well, my rule of thumb when I run my bulk and cut cycles is about 4 months on the minimum to about 12 months. If you start to notice when you're running the calorie surplus that you're gaining, body fat faster, because it's okay when you're in this phase, you can be a little bit more loose. Please, God, please still get 1 gram per pound for protein. Don't fudge that up. Get that every day and train with intensity when it's time to go to the gym. But since you're going to be tracking a little bit more loosely, I'm going to get to the calorie surplus portion. Give me a second. If you're noticing you're starting to gain a little bit more body fat faster, but your strength is going up, muscle mass is going up, all that good stuff, you could pause the bulk for a second, go into maintenance, or go into a deficit, pull some fat down, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. That is how you extend the bulk if you're going a little bit too hard with the food. But the training and the 1 gram per pound and the intensity is still there. That is how you have a successful bulk right there. Golden keys were just given right there. Facts. So 4 months to about a year. After you're finished with that cycle, go into a cut, obviously, because you're going to be at the peak of the bulk, and then you're going to want to bring the body fat down to get ready for summer, get ready for Miami. How big of a calorie surplus should you be during a bulk? A common question. You need to be in a 250 to 500 calorie surplus every day, and you need to be tracking your weight just like how you would do in a cut, and you take the average. Now, is the scale going to go up due to other factors like water, glycogen stores? Well, yeah, because you're eating more carbs. However, you should still be able to gauge by pictures. That's why I also recommend pictures during this phase. You don't have to be as religious with it. Maybe like 3 pictures a month. When you're cutting, it's like 1 picture a week, but maybe when you're bulking, it's a little bit different because more water, glycogen stores, inflammation, so many different factors. So for the calorie surplus, 250 over maintenance to 500. What is 250 to 500 going to do? Well, 250 is going to be a 0.5 pound gain a week. 500 is going to be a pound a week. That's a sweet spot for most people when they go through bulking and cutting cycles. Bulking phase. And of course, get 1 gram per pound. Now, here's the cool thing about bulking. Your strength is going to go up. Your size is going to go up very fast. Please, God, I cannot stress this enough. At least get 1 gram per pound. There's so many people that go through bulks and they're bulking, they're perpetually bulked. And I'm like, okay, cool. Are you getting 1 gram per pound? No, I'm just eating whatever. Do not do that. Do not do that. Completely dodge the question in that context. I said, are you getting 1 gram per pound? And in this little skit that I just did, I just said, oh, well, I just eat whatever. Don't do that. Do not guess. If anything, at least track the protein and the overall calories in a bulk. I promise you, if you do this, if you're listening to this podcast right now and you do what I just said, and especially if you run it with that Greek God program, men are the Titan program, females, the Peach program. If you run that Peach program in a surplus, you're going to grow fast. No gimmicks, no guesswork, no bullshit. You're going to grow fast. And I have the results to prove it on my Instagram because I run the programs myself because I wrote them. So that's pretty much it on how to bulk. It's really simple. Now, how do you know when you should cut? Well, I want to say when your body fat starts to get a little, you start to lose some ab definition, you're going to know when you get tired of eating. Basically, I always use that as a rule of thumb too. But for me, I start my bulk around 180 pounds, and I like to bulk up to about 193. A good rule of thumb, if you don't know when to stop, is your starting point. You want to gain 10 pounds from your starting point. That's another good rule of thumb, because if you go from 0.5 to a pound a week, that's 10 weeks. That's about 2 months. And then that'll be able to give you like a gauge if you need to dial the body fat back or go, a little bit longer. So there's many different ways to play with it, but I will say this, like I said before, as you go through bulk and cut cycles, you're going to know when your peak weight cut is, when all your abs are showing, you're ripped, you're chiseled, and then you're going to know when your peak bulk is. But you have to do it, I want to say, a good 2-3 times to really find that swing. So that's pretty much it. As far as training goes, train till failure. If you're doing 3 to 4 sets, you want to train to failure, in my personal opinion, on 3 and 4. You want to maximize and elicit as much hypertrophy in a bulking phase. Straight up. Those are the hacks, guys. Thank you so much for checking out this podcast. Pick up that Greek God program if you want to see 3 to 4 times fast results in a surplus. Women, ladies, if you want to grow that peach, you've got to lift with intensity. No light weights. Lightweight, baby! Lightweight! Not that type of lightweight, but, control the weight, of course. But anyways, I think I covered all the bases on this podcast. Love you guys. It's been episode 25, How to Bulk. Thank you guys for checking out the podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And remember, you have the power.